Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on Keep Running with BK, and it is good to be back. You might be asking, what do you mean it's good to be back? I certainly haven't missed a weekly post, but unless you're following my training on Strava, you might not know that I was sick last week. And if you were following along on the channel, you probably saw that I posted a video last week talking about to run or not to run, which was kind of taking a look at what do you do when you have the flu or a cough or feeling sick, not feeling well. How do you determine whether or not it's safe or not to run? And well, I was sick and I was experiencing the type of symptoms that it's not recommended to run with, as my cold had kind of moved down into my chest, and I ended up taking 5 days off of running, and I'm on my way back. It's good to be out running again. It's good to be posting updates on Strava and continuing my training towards my running goals for the year. And one of the things I plan on doing this week, I'm just sharing it with you, is really kind of monitoring my comeback from being sick. I typically try to share details on each of my training posts on Strava and in my training log of how I feel about each run. And I really, over the years, have relied on those types of comments and memories for when I go through similar experiences in the future. I can then look back and kind of gauge what was the experience like. What did I learn from the experience? What might I do differently in my training? Whether it's taking more rest, taking it less aggressive in my comeback, or maybe I could take it more aggressive in my comeback. So just something to think about in your own training. But so far the recovery is coming along. I'm doing my best to take it slow and easy. Sorry about that. I was being chased by two dogs that spent a little time scampering around me and yapping at me, following me down the street, so I kind of lost track of where I was. Figured I'd wait till I got in the clear and had the sun on my face, so I'll at least show up my camera. As I was saying, this is my fourth run back. My focus has really been on keeping it easy, which I have done. I've experienced some labored breathing. I'm not completely over the symptoms or side effects of being sick for a week. So I'm a little labored in my breathing. And I've come up a little bit short on my targeted mileage for the week, but based on my schedule, how I'm feeling, my labored breathing, etc., I'm fine with that. Let's cross the street here.
Hey runners, mark your calendars for Saturday, March 26th for the first Keep Running with BK virtual running event of the year. The channel will be facilitating a virtual 5K prediction run. This is a fun event for runners of all ability and fitness levels. It doesn't matter how fast you are, it is about how close you come to predicting your finishing time. So starting March 1st, all you have to do to enter this free event is to email me your name and prediction time to bkskeeprunning@gmail.com. How you determine your prediction is totally up to you. This is an opportunity for all of us as part of a virtual running community. Feel free to tell your friends. And then after you run on Saturday, March 26th, email me again with your finishing time and tell me a little bit about your experience. I will share the results of the top predictors in a video shortly after the event. I might even share some of your experiences on the channel, with your permission, of course. Again, this is a totally free event. There are no prizes this time around, just a fun opportunity for friends, supporters, and subscribers to the channel from all around the world to run together and have fun sharing the results. And just so you know, I will not be sharing your email information with anyone. I'm simply using email since not all of us are on the same virtual platforms, but all of us probably have an email. Race day is Saturday, March 26, 2022. I hope you'll participate. If you're new here to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss out on any information regarding other virtual events planned for later this year, and check back for a new video each week. Until then, stay safe, train smart, and keep running.
Hey everyone, sorry about that. Believe it or not, I actually had 3 different pairs of dogs chasing me through the neighborhood during that run, and I got a bit distracted. Apparently during one of those times I actually stopped the video recording on the GoPro and didn't realize it till near the end of all the talking that I was doing afterwards that I wasn't capturing any of that. So I ended up capturing some more video footage that you're watching right now, and I will try to do a short and concise voiceover to fill you in on what I intended to share with you. So here's the deal. In general, my recovery since being sick is going a little slow, which I expected. My breathing is still a bit labored, and I'm already sinus challenged in general when all things are good. I've always had bad sinuses, but they are certainly still recovering from being sick, and my breathing is a bit labored. I've been able to maintain the basic pace and cadence that I've been running at. It still feels a very comfortable, very easy effort, just breathing a little bit harder. And as expected, the heart rate is quite a bit elevated, just confirming for me that I'm still recovering from this illness. So I just need to be patient, take it slow, and this is not a time for me to do something crazy like return to running hill sprints, running strides, doing some speed work, or some crazy long efforts. I've been watching the Olympics and getting all inspired by the speed skating, the cross-country skiing, and the biathlon, my 3 favorite events from the Winter Games. So I have to just keep myself in check and remind myself that I'm still recovering, and I have to keep it easy effort. My goal was to run about 1 hour a day, and I'm coming in a little bit shy from that because of the labored breathing, and that's okay. I lost 4 days last January due to some hip pain, and so the 5 days of training that I lost last week is not the end of the world in the big picture of things. Things are still on track. It's not a huge setback, and in fact I'm keeping pace with where I was this time last year. I think I'm only 2 miles behind. My pace and heart rate are a bit higher, as I already mentioned, but I attribute that to not only recovering from being sick, but we've had a lot more snow and ice so far this year, and last year when we had bad weather, I would head to Planet Fitness, jump on the treadmill, and get my runs there in a more controlled environment. I have not done that this year, but again, I think all things considered, I'm happy with where things are at, and I will get things back on track. One of the unfortunate missed opportunities of being sick this past week is that my wife and I had planned on being on our Caribbean cruise vacation after 2 long years of multiple cancellations and delays, and I had hoped to share some videos from you from some tropical sunny locales during our trip, but maybe this fall when we try again I will be able to do that for you. On a brighter note, I did find a 14-mile trail run coming up in a couple of weeks that I hope to run, and if all things go well, hopefully I'll be able to bring the video camera and be able to capture that race event for you. I plan on running it really as a long run. I don't plan on trying to see how fast I can necessarily run it in race mode, but just to keep my training going and to do something a little different. Lastly, the fall cruise plans that we've scheduled as a replacement trip falls on the same weekend. I had planned on running the Louisville Marathon, so I will have to start looking for another marathon, preferably one that finishes prior to the trip, as I think it would be difficult to try to finish up my training or taper while on a cruise ship and come back and possibly changed time zones and things like that and feel good about running the goal race of the year for me. And then one last thing, I did want to remind you to check out our virtual Keep Running with BK Running Club on Strava. I'd love to see more of you sign up for that. It's free. You can join the fray there and follow not only myself but other supporters of the channel's training on there. It's just a great way to see what everyone's doing and comment and encourage everyone. So if you're on Strava, check that out.
But thanks again for joining me on this run. As always, if you're new here, I invite you to join the Keep Running with BK community. Consider subscribing to the channel. It is free. Don't forget, we're only a few weeks away, a little over a month, but we'll say a few weeks away from our first virtual event. Hope you're getting excited about that. I am. And until next time, stay safe, train smart, and keep running.